Wow. Alright everyone, welcome back to another blind PSA reveal as part of our Grail Quest challenge. So today we have about 12 cards that just came back from PSA. They were sent in early November. They were received November 9th, entered November 14th, and I received them back today, December 12th. So basically a 1 month turnaround for the PSA bulk submission, which is pretty awesome, especially given that they're currently at a $15 grading level. So I will go through each of these cards. I'll talk about how much we paid for each of them and how much our total all-in cost is, including grading fees, and then we'll reveal the grades and we'll see what we got. Hopefully we do a little bit better than we have in the past, but hey, these are some ultra modern cards, so hopefully they are in good shape. So let's start with the first one here. This is a Jude Bellingham Topps Finest Bundesliga 2020. This is the purple refractor, numbered out of 250. We are all in on this card for $61. Obviously, Jude Bellingham, played pretty well for England. Unfortunately, they got knocked out of the World Cup, and now he looks like he's likely going to be transferring to, one of the big clubs next summer: Liverpool, United, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man City. There's all sorts of clubs, obviously, that want to sign him. But yeah, let's see what we got. Gem in 10, nice. So that's pretty nice. I don't know exactly what these do in a PSA 10, but I would assume on a $60 investment, we're probably looking at least double our money. The only issue with Jude, which is why I don't really buy a lot of his stuff, he just has so many cards. So it's really hard to get those big multiples, just because he has so many cards that, even like a numbered rookie card, you're just not going to quite get the, the raw dollar that you might get elsewhere. So the next one, this is the Sadio Mane Mosaic Premier League 2021. This is the breakaway insert is the yellow fluorescent, numbered out of 10. This is numbered 3 of 10. And we are all in, including grading, for $72.55. Again, just figured this is one where it's numbered out of 10. Mane doesn't play for Liverpool anymore, but he's one of the better players in the world. In a high grade, this could command a decent premium, just given it's so limited. So, and we got a 9 there, so not bad. Probably not looking at a lot of profit on this card in a 9, but could get out what we put into it, or at least close. I mean, again, that's kind of why we go after these relatively rare cards, just because it gives us that high floor that we look for. So PSA 9 there. We have another Mane. This one is the Topps Stadium Club Chrome Gold out of 50. This one we're actually only in for about $30 because I mentioned when I did the mail day for this, I actually got this for a decent price because I was buying another card, and then the seller added this on. So happy to get this at a reasonable price point. And boom. All right, PSA 10 gold. I love the photography on the Stadium Club. I think this set is so slept on, just from like a pure aesthetic standpoint. Like, I think it looks better than most sets. But, there's just so many sets that I think it kind of gets lost in the shuffle. But definitely happy to have a PSA 10 there. That is, yeah, $30. I mean, yeah, we're probably looking at a decent profit there in a PSA 10. So I can't complain about that. All right, this is another try for me at the Mohamed Salah Genesis Prism. We had a Genesis Prism that we graded with SGC a while back and got a 9.5. Sold it for a very small loss, like around, I think we were all in for about 90. We sold it for like 85 or something. This one, we are all in for $101.75. Probably need a PSA 10 here to make money. PSA 9, we probably can, limit our losses, but I would assume we're probably not making money on a PSA 9. So, fingers crossed. Woo!
He's heating
up! All right. So, can't complain about that. God, like this, I'm actually kind of bummed because this is one that I sent one of these a while back, not as part of the Grail Quest, but just for my own personal, and I got a PSA 9. And now seeing a PSA 10, it gives me a little bit of envy. But I'm glad that we got a PSA 10 as part of this challenge, just so that we, you know, there should be a decent return there. Man, we're doing pretty well today. I think we have more 10s than we got in the whole last order combined, and we're only 4 cards in. So that's pretty awesome. Next one, Virgil van Dijk, Mosaic Premier League 2021. This is the Genesis Prism. This one we are only in for about $46, which is kind of interesting because we had another PSA 10 that we're looking to sell that we were in for a bit higher of a price. So at the very least, what this does is it helps us dollar cost average into our investments. You know, but hopefully we can pull another 10 and then we'll have 2 PSA 10s. I think the pop on this is like 4 or 5. It's still pretty low. So. And boom! All right.
He's on fire!
This is getting pretty crazy. Man, I love these Genesis cards. Just a beautiful card. And there's kind of a little bit of glare there, but man, oh man. Okay, doing pretty well so far with the 10s. We have another Genesis Prism. This is the Ivan Toney. Brentford, this is a rookie card. All in for $56.75. Kind of the same story. PSA 9, we're probably breaking even or losing a little. PSA 10, I think there's some upside there. Boom.
Another one.
Man, what is going on here? This is kind of crazy. Just insane. I mean, what? Just PSA 10 or PSA 10. All right, what's next? We have Diogo Jota. This is the Mosaic Euro 2020 Genesis Prism, and we are all in on this one for $46. Yeah, kind of the same story. I think this one, if I recall, this one had a little whitening on the corners, but I decided to send it anyways, just because, you know, we're in it for a decent price, and PSA 9 still probably does okay. And we got a 10. Okay, so
another one.
Man, I don't really even know what to say at this point other than this may be the hottest order I've ever had from PSA in terms of just number of 10s relative to the number of cards that I've sent. So, yeah, I definitely can't complain there. We have a couple pre-modern cards that I'm pretty sure I won't be getting a 10 on, but hopefully we can keep the good grades going. So this is the Ronaldo 2002-2003 Mundi Chromo Top Liga Superstars. We are in on this card for $28.55. I believe this one was a bit off center, but overall the card looked good aside from the centering, so I thought it was worth sending it in. The other cards, other Ronaldos and Ronaldinhos, pre-modern cards that we've had, I've noticed that when we get good grades like 9s, sometimes 8s, they sell for pretty good, but as soon as you go down to like 7 and obviously 6, like the bottom just completely drops out. So with these, I think there is some leeway in terms of, you know, they're not expected to get a PSA 10, so you can still get good premiums with PSA 8, PSA 9, but you have to be careful because as soon as you go down to like 7 and 6, that's where you can start losing some of your money. So let's see what we got here. Wow, PSA 9. You can see the centering top to bottom and left to right is not, it's off. I mean, it's definitely off a bit, but man, PSA 9. I will definitely take that. That is I have to look at the comps, but yeah, in for 28, you know, I find it hard to believe that we wouldn't be able to make some profit there. So yeah, definitely satisfied with that grade. All right, Ronaldinho 2006-2007 Mundi Chromo Fichas de la Liga. This is the foil card, so it's like the base card, but it's got like the foil kind of refractor front. We're in for $28.50, so similar to the last one, $28.50. Overall looked pretty good. I mean, there's always a little chipping on some of these corners, but this one actually looked pretty clean for the most part. So let's see what we got. Woo, another PSA 9. Again, like these cards, getting PSA 9s on these cards is kind of like getting a PSA 10 on some of the ultra modern stuff. Getting a PSA 9 here is huge in terms of like what we're trying to do here with just the Grail Quest and the bankroll building. So stoked for that. Okay, here we go. This is the third one of these that we've graded. The 2003-2004 Ronaldinho Municromo Fichas de la Liga. This is like the El Crack. Kind of looks like the like what the disco parallels look like now. We graded one with SGC. We got a 9.5. We sold it for like $330. It was like a 5x return on our investment. We got a PSA 8 with the last one. Unfortunately, I actually took a bit of a loss there. I think, I went over that in my last video. Part of it could have been due to just market timing. There was a PWCC outage. You can check out my last video for a rundown of those sales results and sort of my thoughts there. But this is the third one. This is absolutely a card where in a high grade, I would say like PSA 9, obviously PSA 10 would be a massive card. PSA 8, I think we do okay. Anything less than that is not ideal. Again, these are very tough to find well-centered. They're 20-year-old cards. So, but I think, we're in this total for $52.75. Even in an PSA 8, I think we still, like I said, do okay. In a PSA 9 or a PSA 10 would just be kind of insane. But yeah, let's check it out. Wow. Wow. I mean, again, like I think a PSA 9 is kind of about the best you can ask for. I think there's one PSA 10 of these in existence. Yeah, I mean, you can see top to bottom. It's tough to get that centering right. Left to right, I've noticed you can find these pretty well centered. Top to bottom, it's really tough to find. I have not really found any that are perfectly centered. So kind of just comes down to the grader's discretion. But I will definitely take a 9. I think this is a pretty big card in a 9. Assuming that the market continue, these cards continue to sell as they have recently. Man, that's awesome. That's like about as good as I could ask for. And then our final card here is the Joao Felix 2020 Mosaic Euro. This is the Genesis Prism again. We are all in on this card for $58.42. So again, hoping for a 10. And then a 9, we probably break even or lose a little bit. So let's check it out. Woo! What a way to end it. So cannot complain about that at all. I think this order, all things considered, I'll do a really quick recap, but my thoughts here are, this is probably the best order I've ever had, all things considered. If you look at, you look at the 10s, so like we had all these Genesis Prisms, right, that got PSA 10s. I mean, there's 5 Genesis Prisms, plus we have the Mane and the Bellingham. So that's 7 PSA 10s right there. We got 3 PSA 9s from our Ultra Modern, but I mean, 3 Ultra Modern cards, 3 PSA 9s. I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. And then really the only card that I would say was like disappointing is the Mane Gold Fluorescent. But out of 10, we should still be okay there. And again, in on that card for 72. It's not like we paid hundreds of dollars for this card. So super happy with this. I think this is really going to help us in terms of our, as we move forward trying to build our bankroll. It's going to be, there should be good profit in a lot of these cards, and so I'm super excited for that. But let me know what you thought. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.